breaking down some healthy tips, why rhythm rocks, a really cool virtual event, and I'm going to be playing the ukulele today, so I'm super excited about it. We are going to get started in just a minute. Drop a comment. If you engage with us, we're going to give you a chance to win a $20 gift card to First Watch, which I absolutely love. Have you been to First Watch?
I have, and I
So
did get
good.
something there that was great.
Yeah, they have these like drink things that I love. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. Once again, go ahead and drop a comment. Let us know that you're here and you're tuning in, and we're going to get started in just a minute.
I don't remember exactly what it was that I had there because it was gluten-free. So.
Oh, they have lots of great stuff.
Yeah. Fresh coffee.
Awesome. You ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay, very cool. Awesome. Well, we are excited to announce that Matt is going to be taking over our Lunch and Learns moving forward. We want to offer a more educational experience for everybody midday, midweek, to really inspire you to pick up your instruments, to have some fun, to play music with others. And in the past, we've been doing these, and we've been interviewing some fans of ours and some of our students. So we'll be transitioning those interviews to our Fan Friday segment that Miss Alyssa Martin will be hosting from our downtown studio on Fridays, which is super cool. So, Matt, we're really excited to have you take over these.
Oh, I'm beyond thrilled and a little nervous.
Yeah.
It's a little out of my comfort zone, and so in music, that's a great thing. Whenever you step out of your comfort zone, you step into a new reality.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited about it. It's been cool just talking with you about planning these and making sure that there's great content for all the members.
Yeah, and Matt came to me, we started working with us in January, and then in March, Matt always has all these great ideas, along with your dad, by the way. And so he was talking to me about it. I was like, oh, I love this idea. Then COVID happened and all that. So anyway, so we're excited to really launch this, and we hope you will enjoy and you will experience lots of cool things in the next couple weeks. So why don't you start us off and tell us what we're going to be learning today?
Awesome. Okay, so first of all, we are socially distanced and we're both healthy.
Very healthy. I actually took my B12 this morning.
Oh, cool.
And my Juice Plus.
Yes. Oh, Juice Plus. I did that for years.
Yeah.
It's like the Jetsons capsules kind of thing.
I do the gummies.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't like to take vitamins. Yeah, and they're easy just to pop in.
Oh, so. Yeah. I used to do those a lot, and that's one of the things that I always wanted to put into the segment. A big passion of mine is being healthy, and that happened through being sick, and then I realized I needed to really be healthy, and that's something that a lot of musicians, we tend to have unhealthy habits and expect that we're going to make the best music possible.
Right.
You know, as far as what students, I feel, really need to learn in the foundational stages is when they're learning an instrument. Let's say it's guitar, and, you know, I see their posture. A lot of times they're looking over and they're looking at the neck to see, okay, what am I doing? And you know, there's all that strain on the neck, and you can see over time the posture just starts to, you know, kind of curl over.
Right.
And so I always remind students to, whatever you've been doing this way, do the opposite. So at the end of the session, just look up, you know, hold that stretch. And so, yeah, definitely.
So if you come into Music Compound and you see Kaylee, Alyssa, and Jenny at like this at the front desk, we're stretching.
That's right. It's important because we get that blood flowing, and that's what's going to keep your mind clear so that you can make great music. So one of the things we've been talking about is, you know, Sarasota has an abundance of healthy options
Yeah.
as far as grocery, food items and everything. So I wanted to make mention I'm representing Detweiler's
Which is one of
Farm
my
Market.
favorites.
Yes, they're incredible. So today, repping them on the cap, love their selection of fresh fish. And so also, this is a great alternative instead of soda. The product's called Waterloo and it's sparkling water. This is grapefruit and it's just a great alternative to soda, and you even get that kind of soda satisfaction.
It's kind of like Truly.
Truly.
Just kidding.
I don't know that reference.
Truly
actually.
or White Claw.
Oh, that's what White Claw. Okay. This is definitely alcohol free, just water, and but it's satisfying. The thing is, you want to stay hydrated. That's something in Florida. I mean, if we're drinking soda all the time and everything, that's not really hydration. So you want to keep the blood flowing. You want to keep the oxygen levels, and the water levels in your system.
And it looks delicious.
It is. It tastes great.
Awesome.
And so that's something that, just a couple little tips there.
So posture, eating healthy, staying hydrated is going to make you a better musician.
It really will, because you're going to be able to focus. Of course, you want to learn the basics as far as what the chords are. But these are things that you can just implement in your daily routine. Just drink a little more water. Remember to stretch. And as time goes on, you're going to see that those things actually affect the way that you play your musical instrument.
Awesome. Well, and if you think about it, look, most musicians are gigging at night. So they're going from their real job to then gigging. So they're probably not having time to eat or really hydrate. And then it's like they play till 11, 12 o'clock at night. And then at 1 in the morning, I don't know. 1 in the morning,
absolutely.
if I'm awake, I'm eating Cheez-Its. So
that's right.
Not a good diet.
That's right. And it's so late and all that. And that's one of the cool things about teaching at Music Compound here is it is more like a somewhat normal routine.
Yes.
It's not like we're out at 2 in the morning or
right.
3 in the morning packing gear, and you can still enjoy the process of making music.
Right.
We love to inspire.
Right.
And
so. Well, speaking of musicians, you are working on an event that deals with musicians performing live, well, virtually, right?
Virtually, yes.
So before we get into the educational segment of this, where I'm going to be playing ukulele and Matt's going to talk about rhythm and how it rocks and all that cool stuff, tell us about the event that you're working on.
Okay. This is something that, again, it was totally out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
And what ended up happening is my dad read an article in the Sarasota Herald Tribune.
Okay.
And Mayor's Feed the Hungry, they weren't going to be able to do a live event because of COVID. And so his kind of just visionary, common sense approach was like, what's stopping them?
Right.
Why?
Right.
And so he asked me to get involved, and kind of at first reluctantly, I did because it just have a lot going on, but been immersed in this, and the team of talented individuals on this is just amazing. We have a film editor and co-producer. His name is Wheat Buckley.
Okay.
And he's got some films. Some of his work is on Amazon Prime.
Oh, cool.
He's got one he co-produced called Rocky Mountain Fast Guy.
Okay.
And for those that love a good, humorous kind of film, almost a Bill Ted kind of vibe, or the Hangover vibe, or, just really fun for, once you're done with your day, you're on the couch, check out Rocky Mountain Fast Guy.
Okay.
Anyway, he's going to be and has been editing the video, and so some of the promo that some of you may have seen, he's edited that, and it's just really cool. It's been amazing to get to speak with some of the artists that are part of this. We've got the Wandering Hours, They're an amazing bluegrass, a modern bluegrass band.
And they just won an award, right?
Yes.
Okay, what did they win? Oh, and just so you know, the event that we're talking about is Music Moves Me.
Yes, it's music that moves you, and the website is actually mtmy2020.com.
Okay.
So it's the one time in 2020 that it's like really cool. So make sure you log on.
Awesome. All right, cool. So you were telling us about the first band that just won the award.
Yes.
Was it Tampa Bay?
Yes, it was Creative Loafing in Tampa. They won Best of Bay, and they're an amazing modern bluegrass band. I've seen them at the Sarasota Farmers Market a couple times, even before I moved here in January, and they just really impressed me with their versatility, their musicianship, their songs. Wow. And so it was I just reached out to them and they responded. They're super cool.
That's awesome.
And so they're a big part. I was able to interview every artist in every band. And so those will be part of the actual show. Sometimes it may just be, a snip of the interview. So we're just kind of getting the best of moments.
Love it.
And,
I love it.
And we've got Steve Arvey, who you were talking about.
Yes, he's amazing. He's quite the character, too.
Yes.
He's awesome. Does a lot of blues, a lot of riffs. Plays a lot on the cigar box guitar.
Exactly.
I don't know if you talked about that at all.
Yes.
Steve's been with us from the very beginning. He was actually in our first Beer, Bands, and Barbecue that we hosted to actually get Music Compound started.
Awesome.
It was like 6 years ago now.
Wow. So. That's one of the amazing things about music that I've found in life. There's always this weaving, this tapestry that happens, and it's like synchronicity. So somebody already knows somebody else, and then this kind of thing. And so this event has really been brought together by a lot of creativity and love, just because the main emphasis is feeding hungry people.
Right.
COVID has done just a number on a lot of people that were already in a hurting place.
Right.
And it's just been amazing to see the musicians and the bands
come together.
Yes.
Awesome. So who else is on that lineup?
Okay, so we've got Steve Arvey, we've got Banjo Steve. It's all about the Steves right now. Banjo Steve is from St. Pete, and his grandfather was a banjo picking train hopper. By his own description.
Okay.
And so that's in his DNA. He's kind of like this gypsy, metaphysical kind of guy that he plays banjo, but it's very non-typical. He'll end up playing like Indian harmonic minor scales on a banjo. It makes it sound like a sitar.
Okay.
And so he's doing some really interesting stuff. And then we've also got Aaron Abu, who is a saxophone recording artist. He has worked actually with Dolly Parton.
Oh, wow.
And so, I mean, he's had some legendary experiences. His band actually was a big part of Miami Sound Machine.
Okay.
And so he's just Class A musician. He's a part. We've got people from Redding, California, from Mexico City joining in. And it really is primarily Florida bands, but it's been awesome to see some, even from out of state and out of the country, want to be a part.
Cool. And then is the Barker Project part of it as well?
Not this time around, because all the submissions were video and there was technical issues.
Well, not even that. I know a lot of bands were kind of hesitant to even come back together as well and rehearse and record. So I know that was, some of the challenges with some of the bands for other things that we were working on. So once again, this is happening next Tuesday virtually. So if you're interested, definitely check out. We'll put the link in the comment to the website where you guys can find out more information along with the schedule. Can you tell them the website one more time and the time it starts?
Yes. Also wanted to mention it is totally free.
Okay.
So the event is
that's
free.
That's fantastic.
Yes. You just log on to mtmy2020.com. It will also show on Mayor's Feed the Hungry Facebook page. But the main thing is mtmy2020.com, Tuesday, October 27th, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Awesome.
Yes.
So that's perfect. Everyone will be done with lessons, done with working, done with dinner.
Yes.
That's the perfect time. So, and is this kid friendly as well?
It is.
Okay.
We call it family friendly.
Family friendly.
Yes.
Awesome. So for any of you that are tuning in that are Music Compound members, put that on the calendar. We'll make sure that you have the link and the information. So that's happening next Tuesday as well. This Sunday, we actually have another virtual event that's happening here at Music Compound for Halloween. A lot of our student bands are performing in that, and that's actually being streamed globally as well, and that goes to another great cause.
Wow.
So we have lots of great
Yes.
live music as well, but let's get into the educational segment of
Yes.
how people get there. How do they become musicians, or like what are some really cool things that you can share with us today?
I love that question. How do they become musicians? Because for me, like my earliest musical memory was hearing Jim Croce on vinyl.
Okay.
It was "Time in a Bottle."
Okay.
Have you ever?
Time in a bottle. I remember
this
records.
was 70s,
I remember
you know.
records.
But exactly. But there was just something about it. All it was acoustic guitar and vocals, which is something that I do, but it's not really my strength as far as. But that musical memory, hearing that, it just seemed like the notes were full of life, and I just wanted more of that. And so everybody's kind of got their own musical memory. It might be a drum beat they heard, as a kid. They might have heard Back in Black, by AC/DC, and that beat got them going. And that's one of the points about this workshop series that's coming up, is part of the spark about music is rhythm. And so, like when I'm teaching a ukulele or a guitar lesson, a lot of times with students, we will work on this kind of thing, which is strumming with no notes. And so we work on getting that strum, so you're just feeling that rhythm. You're just feeling it. And that is really what even more than 50% of music is about, is feeling that rhythm. So a lot of students, it's amazing once they learn that C chord. And so I'm going to get...
I'll grab it. You keep talking. Okay. I'll grab a ukulele.
Okay, so once they get that C chord, they're just like overjoyed. Like, I got it. Okay, what's next? And it depends on the student, but a lot of times what we'll do is we'll take that C chord, and like that is ground zero. That's the starting point for working on some different rhythms. And what I was going to show you is sometimes there's different apps we use. So this is an app it's a tuner app. So just like guitarists would use a tuner to tune up, this is a metronome app. It's called Metronomics. I use this a lot.
We'll drop that in the comments as well so you guys can access that.
And so it's beyond that typical old school metronome. And so I'm not going to explain it all right now, but there's what's called subdivisions. And so by using those subdivisions, we can actually make our rhythms more interesting. And so I was going to do a demonstration with you on this. Yes. And so...
so really quick, you would say that's a more modern metronome?
Yes.
Okay, because I know Mary uses a metronome, and I feel like every time everyone hears metronome, they're like, oh my goodness!
That's right. And so that's an awesome point. And what I do a lot of times when I'm talking to students about it, first of all, a lot of the younger ones don't know what metronome means. It's just a generational thing. Right. So generally what I'll say is drum loop.
Okay.
And so, because they know what a drum loop is, or a drum beat. And what that allows them to do is, so let's say they've got this beat, this strum going. Now after a while, that's going to get kind of monotonous. It's going to be the same thing. But what we do is work on it with them going, okay, let's do some of these subdivisions where we go rest, rest. So let's try that for a second.
Okay.
So,
mind you, I have not played the ukulele since my performance back in January, so I may screw up, just as an FYI, but it's okay. That's why I'm not a teacher here at Music Compound.
And this is a great example because even with just kind of some beginning skills
Yeah.
on ukulele or really any instrument as far as beginning skills, we can do some things to keep the rhythm really fresh. And so let's take for instance that C chord that you can. So there we go. So this, if you can just keep that steady one going, so you're going to be kind of the strong beat for right now. So kind of whatever tempo you're feeling,
Okay.
I'm going to follow you. There we go. So we're going to keep this going. Now I'm going to do subdivisions. Yeah,
Am I staying
there you
like
go.
on beat?
You are.
Okay.
So you can see in just a short window of time, we, with one person doing some variations, we built on that strength. Now, what we would ultimately do is we would trade roles, and
Okay.
and you would do that. But for right now, we won't. But let's look at another chord and another little variation. So we'll go with
Is
the
F
F chord.
okay?
That's awesome. That's
Okay.
perfect. So, and your form on that is great, actually.
Thank
That's
you.
for not playing it for a while.
Thank
It's
you.
there. Let's hear that. There you go. Yeah, and we use the back of all the fingers on the nails. There we go, and then kind of fan it just a little bit. There you go. Okay, so on this one we're gonna go down up. So it's just a down up.
With all of the nails backwards.
Yes. Down up. There you go. Down up. There you go. And kind of at the end, if you can make it a little more, so it's called muted. So it's going to be down up. So this hand just kind of silenced everything.
Okay.
Like down
So
up.
down, up.
There you go.
But on the up, make it silent.
Yes. After that. Down up.
Down, up.
That's all right.
I'm not a very
No,
good
that's okay.
guinea pig here for you.
Let's go with this. Let's go with A minor.
Okay. That'll probably be a
And
little
so-
bit easier for me.
So we're going down, up, and then just kind of a mute. And then we can even mute it with that one. There you go. Down, up, mute. There. Down, up. So we're going to repeat that motion. So you're seeing like a live music lesson happen right now. So now just a few minutes ago when we were kind of warming up, you were playing A minor and it was a steady, it was this kind of strum.
Mm-hmm.
So with one little tweak to that, all of a sudden,
You
let's hear.
complicated me.
Yes.
Or confused me.
Let's hear this one where you down, up, rest. Rest. Okay, so keep that going. Now I'm going to play some other rhythms around it. You're grooving. That's it. Awesome. So that's one of the ingredients of collaboration that we definitely promote collaboration at Music Compound. What that does is all of a sudden you were out of your comfort zone,
Very much so.
but it made that musical moment right there
Right.
more interesting
Mhm.
rather than that basic strum. And Ricky Skaggs, the bluegrass legend, I got to work with him actually a couple times in some live events in North Carolina. It was awesome. But I asked him one time because he just goes out of control on mandolin. It seems like I can't even, that's not the kind of musician I am as far as the shredding.
Yeah.
But he just goes for it. And I asked him, I said, Ricky, I have no idea how you do that. It's just like this constant flow of notes. And he said, don't be fooled. He said, there's actually a lot of rests in between those notes.
Oh, okay.
And his advice and wisdom to me, he said, always look for the silence in between the notes. That's where the real music happens. Because if we're always just, even in a limited way, let's say this is all we know. And this, I can guarantee guarantee you your household is, they are not going to enjoy it. So the value of learning rests and the variations of rhythm is what's really going to make it fun and fresh to work on. So that's some of what the workshop will be about, as well as incorporating rests into what you already know. And so it's the same A minor chord, it's just what you do with it.
What you do with it. That's awesome. So Matt will be hosting these workshops. Basically, the Lunch and Learns will be streamed here live via our Facebook page every Wednesday, either at 12 or 12:30. If you have a preference, drop a comment. And then also for all of our Music Compound members, you'll be able to join Matt every Monday from 5:30 to 6 for a workshop as well. That is exclusive for our Music Compound members. It's no charge to you, but you must be a Music Compound member to attend to those workshops with Matt on Mondays. But if you're not a Music Compound member, definitely join us here every Wednesday for our Lunch and Learn segment. And we'll be having great content for the next couple months. December may even include some holiday music that you guys will be able to learn and some tips and tricks along with that. January will feature new music. We're hoping you will want to maybe pick up a different instrument. And then in February, we are working about collaborating and loving music and playing music together. So make sure you tune in. But did you want to add anything else? Or
that's it. What you just said about the multiple instruments, I just wanted to mention,
okay.
That's one of the things that drew me to music, is just choosing multiple instruments. It keeps it fresh.
Right.
Wanted to mention, it's fun to always begin again. That's something we've talked about, like in yoga.
Okay.
You're always beginning again. And so it's something where, like, it was just a few years ago that I picked up ukulele, but I've been playing piano for most of my life. And so that kind of thing, music always has that weave in the tapestry. So what I wanted to maybe just on the outro, just a little drumming with your new strum that you've done on that A minor.
Okay,
yes.
A minor. So down, up, stop.
West. There you go.
Down, up.
Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of those subdivisions in between. So that's the fast track to jamming.
Sorry, I just messed up.
No, that's all right. And let's try the C chord. We'll go there.
Okay.
And we could do one more little variation.
Okay.
What if we go down, up, down, rest.
Down, up, down, rest.
There you go.
Down, up, down, rest.
Awesome. That's all right. So those kind of moments where you've got a new strum pattern and then someone else is on a different instrument doing complementary rhythms, makes for a cool jam.
That is awesome. Very cool. Well, hopefully you guys really enjoyed it. Speaking of jam sessions, Aaron has relaunched our adult jam sessions. Those are happening the first Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. and the fourth Saturday of the month from 10 a.m. to noon. No experience needed. Bring an instrument. It's a great way to connect with other musicians that are playing music. A lot of adult bands and trios have came out of that jam session. That is free for right now, so definitely get in. As of December, we will be charging for that, but it's a really low cost just to come and jam and meet some other musicians. So, and just tune into some workshops. You're going to learn some really cool tips and tricks that will help you with the jam session. Once again, we cater to all ages. As you can see, we've got a lot of focus on the younger kids, but our adults as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's segment, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Be well. Stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in.
I gotta make sure
yes,
I
our stretch reminder.
My back is already hurting. So anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed the segment. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll announce our winner shortly. Have a great day. You want to jam a little bit?
That was cool.
Yeah.